Okay, sorry about that. For some reason, there's just a lot going on in this house tonight, and I had to cut off really quick there. So I'm gonna pick right back up with, "Who are you? What do you want?" I mumbled distractedly. I was busy doodling tiny hearts in my notebook. "Who am I? Don't you recognize me? I'm Creamy O Cheddar, your editor in chief. I've been working for you for the past 20 years," she squeaked, sounding annoyed. I looked up at her. "Ah, yes, you do look sort of familiar," I nodded. I glanced at her outfit. "She wears expensive clothes, too," I murmured, lost in my thoughts. "I bet she looks a fab mouse in cat fur." By now, the whole office was staring at me. I heard them whispering among themselves. Buzz, 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 buzz. "He's lost it," somebody mumbled. "Talk about dizzy with love," someone else commanded. Suddenly, I noticed a picture on the front page of the paper. Oh no. "That's her! That's her!" I shouted. I was so excited I could hardly breathe. I read the caption under the picture. "The young Countess Stephanie von Sugarfur, daughter of the renowned Count Chester Cheesenip." Well, that's a name. "Arrived in town yesterday. The Countess, who is staying at the Grand Cheddar Hotel, will be a guest at the the embassy ball this coming Saturday." I drew hearts around the picture. I was grinning from ear to ear. "Stephanie, Stephanie," I murmured. My sister shook her head. "Geronimo, you are hopeless." She smirked. "Absolutely hopeless." 5 dozen roses. I left work and ran to the florist. I had to order flowers for Stephanie. Lots of flowers, and not just any flowers. Oh, no. A mouse as breathtaking as the Countess deserved only the best. I settled on 5 dozen long-stem red roses. Excuse me. Ooh, I had some watermelon for, like, a snack. Ooh, excuse me. The roses were perfect. Now I just had to write something on the card. "Mousy regards," I tried. No. Maybe something more personal. I tore up the card. "Hugs and kisses," I wrote next. No, that wasn't right either. "Rodently yours," I scribbled. That seems a little too formal. Too formal. It sounds like a psycho. I stared into space. Then I noticed the florist staring back at me. Well, he wasn't just staring. He was shooting me dirty looks. "Have you finished yet? You are using up all of my cards," he squeaked. "Why don't you just write your name?" My name?" I asked in a daze. "Yes. Your signature. I take it you don't know your own name." He burst out impatiently. Then he closed his eyes. "I need a vacation," he mumbled. "Those lovesick mice are such nitwits. Normally, I wouldn't mind if some mouse called me a nitwit, but today I couldn't care less. So what if I was acting a little nitwit? Stephanie von Sugarfur was worth it, full of excitement. I signed the card. Then I stuck it under the silk bow, tying up the gigantic bunch of red roses. This is disgusting sounding. This is the next chapter. "Cheese-flavored chocolates." I guess I need to remember they are mice. Just saying. That's a bit much. I spent the whole evening waiting for the phone to ring. I was hoping the Countess would call to thank me for the flowers. But the only thing that rang was my toaster oven timer. I was so surprised. Why didn't she call me? Every now and then I'd lift the receiver to make sure the phone was working. Is this still working? No, not a lot of people remember that, but to the kids here that are like, why would you pick up the cell phone to see if it was working? We didn't have phones like that back then. Our phones were attached to the wall, so you'd have to pick it up and hear a dial tone. That's why. I should also tell you how old these books are. Oh my. Okay, we're not going to talk about it. Back to reading. The next day, I raced to the candy store to buy some cheesy chews. Have you ever had a cheesy chew? They're the best cheese-flavored chocolate in all of New Mouse City. I decided on a 10-pound super deluxe box. That is a lot of chocolate and cheese. Wow. As I was paying, my cousin Trap strode into the store. Yes, he is a mouse too, but you could never call him quiet. In fact, he is one of the loudest rodents I know. It's amazing we're related. Now, he stuck a paw in my new box of chocolates. Who are these for? He said, swallowing a Swiss caramel chocolate in one gulp. No, I yelled, those are not for you. But it was too late. He had already scarfed down half the box. Tears sprung to my eyes. My precious gift was ruined. I couldn't send the Countess a half-eaten box of chocolates, even if they were expensive cheesy chews. How could you? I scowled. Trap. That was a present. My cousin barely blinked. No problemo, Cousinkins, he squeaked. It's my birthday next month. I'll just pretend this is a little gift from you to me. I sighed. Would you please give me another sealed box? I asked the sales mouse. Trap shook my paws. Thanks. Thanks, Gary Barry. He giggled, tossing more chocolates into his mouth. By the way, Thea tells me you've got a new sweetheart. Want some advice? Oh, this ought to be interesting. Trap is like that second cousin. Means well. And he thinks he can do it all. Oh, but he can't. I rolled my eyes. The last mouse I'd take advice from is my cousin. Listen to me, Cousinkins, Trap advised. Lady Mice like a challenge. You've got to play it cool. Don't let her know you're interested. A lace pawkerchief. Like a handkerchief, but a pawkerchief. Okay. Once again, I'm sorry, that was the name of the chapter. I'm doing really well here. They don't number these, so my apologies. Once again, I spent the night waiting for the telephone to ring, but the beautiful Countess did not call. I'm just wondering about this. Do you think he put his number on anything? I think he just signed his name and assumed, well, I run the Gazette. She knows how to get a hold of me. That's my only guess. Then I had a horrible thought. What if she was allergic to roses? What if chocolate made her fur itch? My heart sank. I had to do something. I decided I had to go to her hotel. Oh, yeah, that's... I was too embarrassed to wait in the lobby, so I hid behind the bushes. I had a stalker written all over it, kids. Suddenly, someone laid a paw on my shoulder. Holy cheese, I shrieked, but it was only my favorite nephew, Benjamin. Uncle Geronimo, what are you doing here? He squeaked. Right then, I saw her come out. Shh, little mousy, I murmured to Benjamin. I stood up, trying to look casual. The Countess seemed to look right through me. Then she dropped something. It was a small lace pawkerchief. I ran to pick it up. Excuse me, I'm the mouse from the diner, I stammered. I'm the one who sent you red roses. Red roses. The one who sent you the candy. It's me, Geronimo. Geronimo. I know I was making no sense, but I couldn't believe I was speaking with her again. After all, who knew? She could be my one true love, my best friend forever. Yes, she could be the future Mrs. Geronimo Stilton. The Countess opened her eyes wide and gazed at me. Oh, she breathed. I gave her the pawkerchief, then I tried to bow. Big mistake. I tripped and tumbled back into the rose bush. When I managed to stand up, roses were sticking out of my nose. I staggered off into the road. That's when I heard the roar of an engine. I look up just in time to see a huge cream cheese truck heading right for me. Help! I shrieked. The truck stopped within inches of my snout. Seconds later, an expensive sports car screeched to a halt in front of the hotel. A polished-looking mouse leaped out. He ran up to the Countess and kissed her paws. My darling Stephanie, he cooed. They are all waiting for you at the ball. Then the two of them disappeared into the night. Oh, well. Now Geronimo's sad. Next chapter. I told you to play it cool. Oh, yeah, okay. Because his cousin's so helpful. The following morning, I dragged myself to the office. I was so depressed. The Countess wasn't interested in me. She already had Mr. Flashy Sports Car Mouse. She probably laughed at my silly roses and threw my chocolates into the trash. I'm sorry. Oh, how could I have been so foolish? I doodled a string of broken hearts in my notebook. Then I began to sob loudly. Thea marched into my office. She looked at my drawing and shook her head. She broke your heart, didn't she? Thea demanded to know. If you ask me, you should have played it cool. I sobbed louder. Oh my God, I was wrong. It wasn't his cousin. It was his sister. Minutes later, Trap snuck his head into the room. What's with the waterworks, Cousinkins? He asked. Thea pointed to the broken hearts. Trap rolled his eyes. I told you to play it cool, he sneered. Okay, I was wrong. It was both of them. Just then a small rodent scurried through the door. It was my nephew Benjamin. He stared at the hearts in my notebook. "Uncle, maybe you should have played it cool," he squeaked. I moaned. Just thinking about the Countess made me choke. How could I live without my soulmate, my inspiration, my heart? I put my snout between my paws and cried like a rat stuck in a glue trap on Christmas Eve. This sounds horrible. Oh my God. Next chapter. The Valley of the Cheesettes. That night, I slunk home. I dropped into my paw chair in front of the television. I usually don't watch a lot of TV, but I was feeling too sad to do anything else. I set a box of tissues out next to me. I knew I would need them. I just couldn't stop crying. It was like I had sprung a leak. Oh, why did I have to fall in love with that mouse? Lost in my own thoughts, I barely heard the doorbell ring. Who is it? I mumbled. Why wasn't I allowed to suffer in peace? Whoever it was didn't give up. I shuffled towards the door and opened it. "Hey there, big brother," squeaked Thea. Trap and Benjamin were by her side. "I'm really not up for company," I said with a sigh. I tried to close the door, but my cousin pushed his way inside. "Listen, Cousinkins, we're here to cheer you up," he declared, grinning. "After all, this is what relatives are for, isn't it?" He marched over to the mega-huge fridge. "Got any cheddar balls?" he asked, the old tummies rumbling. I jumped to my paws. My cousin had an endless appetite. He would eat me out of house and hole if I didn't stop him. Luckily, Thea beat me to it. "No time for food," she told Trap, yanking him away by the tail. "We're here to cheer up Geronimo. He looked like he's been eaten by a cat." She stuck a magazine under my snout. "Read this," she instructed. "World's 80 Wonder Still a Mystery." I'm sorry, that says World's 8th Wonder. What is wrong with my eyes? Lord have mercy. World's 8th Wonder Still a Mystery. Yep, okay. The headline declared. The article said an ancient report had been found in New Mouse City Library. The report was written by the famous explorer Richard Rattingbone. Rattingbone had journeyed to Butterfly Island in search of the legendary Valley of the Cheesettes. The valley is said to be the 8th wonder of the world. Unfortunately, Rattingbone was not able to find it. Years later, explorers continued to search for the valley's secret entrance. I dropped the paper, shuffled back to my paw chair, and sat down. "So why are you showing me this?" Why are you showing me this? I asked wearily. My husband. My gosh, my cousin grinned, and it spread from ear to ears. "Don't you get it, Geronster?" he squeaked. "We'll go in search of this cheesy valley place, and we'll become rich and famous." I rolled my eyes. "First of all, Trap, it's the Valley of the Cheesettes," I said. "And second of all, I'm just not up for the trip right now. I wouldn't be any fun at all." I sighed heavily. Then I stared blankly at the television screen. On it, 2 mice were holding paws and skipping off into the sunset. The female mouse looked just like the Countess. I started crying like a sprinkler on high speed. My family took the hint. Disappointed, they let themselves out. Okay, we're going to stop there. All of my bibble babble. We'll pick back up on Hold On Tight.